We've all heard of the men that want to be women, and in some cases that's their true pathology. It's not just an ideology, but there are, as always, those that make a hobby out of it. The law that changed women's rights, the equality that changed everything. When women's spaces stopped feeling exclusively female. Boundaries rarely questioned until someone crosses it. For many biological women, the deepest change was not the law itself. It was the feeling that spaces they had always understood to be exclusively female no longer felt unquestionably so. In my episode, this one, I'm going to examine how legal redefinition and institutional policy changes led many biological women to perceive that female-only spaces were no longer exclusively organised around biological sex, creating ongoing disputes over privacy, safeguarding, dignity, and access. Viewers, the legal framework had already changed. It changed in 2014. Institutions had already implemented new policies. The practical question now became immediate. Who belongs in female-only spaces? For decades, the answer had appeared self-evident. Then, policies, guidance, and legal interpretations increasingly required organisations to consider gender identity alongside biological sex in particular contexts. And the result was not simply administrative. It became personal. Many biological women described entering changing rooms, public amenities, hospital wards, refuges, sporting facilities, and other female-designated environments with a different awareness than before. For some, nothing had changed. For others, the certainty surrounding those spaces had changed, and the disagreement extended beyond access. It became a disagreement about purpose. Were these spaces primarily organised around gender identity, or were they established because of biological differences, privacy, dignity, safety, and vulnerability? Institutions found themselves balancing competing legal obligations. Community debate intensified. Advocacy groups, policymakers, and affected individuals argued over where boundaries should be drawn. And the discussion no longer centered on a single facility. It centered on the principle behind every female-only space. Many biological women, the deepest concern was not confrontation itself. It was the gradual uncertainty surrounding boundaries they once believed required no explanation. Viewers, when the purpose of a boundary becomes contested, every place built upon that boundary is eventually questioned. And when women's sport became the most visible test of where biological boundaries should have been drawn. When women's sport became the visible test of where biological boundaries should have been drawn.